And then,
So interesting. As a reminder, how they forced all this, and then Dr. Richard Fleming shows the effects of the jabs on human blood.
What we're going to look at are just 3 examples of slides that we took from 7 different patients and the 3 different vaccines, where we put samples of blood on a microscope slide and looked at them under the microscope. And what you're going to see here in the first image, you're going to see the Pfizer vaccine that was added to the blood. And you're going to see the nice red color of erythrocytes or red blood cells. That's because they're able to carry oxygen from the lungs to the body. And what you're going to see next to them are a lot of gray cells. These are still what's called red blood cells, although they're no longer red because they're no longer able to carry oxygen. And since there's plenty of oxygen already in the air, what we're seeing is an inability for the hemoglobin in those cells to bind to oxygen. And they stay this way after many, many minutes of watching them. They didn't turn back or even begin to turn back. And in the second slide you're going to look at, we're going to see the exact same thing in another patient. This is Moderna, once it's been added, and you see the same phenomenon. And then finally, the third cell is the Janssen vaccine, showing the exact same phenomenon with the loss of the ability of the hemoglobin to hold oxygen, as shown by gray cells, next to the bright red cells that are still functioning, that haven't been damaged by the vaccine.
If we look at these slides, what we're seeing is that when you added the vaccine to the red blood cells, the red coloration goes away.
The red coloration goes away and it stays away. And it's not a matter of adding just a liquid to it, because we also looked at blood when we added normal saline to it, and it dilutes it out a little bit, but it doesn't take the red color away. All 3 of these vaccines, when we added them to the blood, the red color to the red blood cells goes away, which means the hemoglobin is no longer able to carry oxygen. So that could be due to a couple of things. There's no oxygen to carry. Well, it's open to the atmosphere, so there's plenty of oxygen. So it means the hemoglobin molecule has been damaged, or the membrane of the red blood cell has been damaged. But sickle cell anemia is a damaged ultra red blood cell, and it has no difficulty being a red blood cell. So something's happened to the hemoglobin molecule, and it doesn't reverse. We've watched the blood for many, many minutes. It doesn't reverse. The other